Time to talk about quadratic equation. Here it is. It looks a little bit scary, nothing big. x1, 2, meaning we're going to have two answers. Negative b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. And then all of that divided by 2a. And then you may think like, what is a? What's b? What's c? We can figure that one out. Here's a quadratic. Any quadratic equation can be written in a standard form. And let's write it down. So that's quadratic equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Now I see a, b, and c in here as well. A, b, and c. Any number that goes along with x squared is a. Any number that goes along by x to the first power is b, and a freestanding number or coefficient? No, not coefficient. What was that called? Constant. That's it. Constant. A, B, and C in this particular order. This is always A, this is always B, and this is always C. So we're going to start with one example. Okay, before we move on to look at this quadratic equation, just make sure that A, B, and C, we know that it could be any number. Decimal fraction, whole number, you name it, you got it. Any number. Here's an example. But this equation, it was not written in a standard form. So when it's not in standard form, it's kind of hard to decide which one is A, B, and C. So I'm going to change it into standard form. Just simply by moving this 9x, migrating it on the other side of the equation sign of equal sign by doing inverse operation, and we are really good at that. So let's do that. Let's move it by doing the inverse operation. I can see by taking away 9x on the left side and right side, now I have nice standard form. I can easily see that this is A, this is B, and this is C. Then all I have to do is simply go to quadratic formula and take these A, B, and C and replace them where they need to be. And then we will be all set. We just have to be careful with pluses and minuses. So here it is. We have a quadratic equation. We see A, B, and C's. And here's our quadratic formula. All we have to do is make sure that B goes into B. So B is negative 9. So B, remember, be careful with this negative 9. Negative 9. Here's another B. Negative 9. I need to be careful. It goes into parentheses with negative. No more B's. I'm going to go to A's. A is 10. A goes 10 here, goes here, and goes here. And the last thing to do is C, and that's negative 6, and goes here, negative 6. Again, I need to be careful with negative sign. Remember, this negative, it looks like a subtraction, but it's actually could be written as adding negative 9. Or here, adding negative 6. Just quick reminder. That's why I keep saying negative 9. It's technically adding negative 9 or adding negative 6. Okay. So what we're going to start, first taking care of everything that's inside. So let's do that. We're going to take everything that's inside. We're going to next step. Negative 9 to second power is 81. Negative 4 times 10 is negative 40. And I still have to multiply by negative 6, so I just copy it down. And I'm looking at this. This is negative, subtract, negative of negative 9. So that's technically positive 9. So I'm just going to leave it this way. It's positive 9, and 2 times 10 is 20. So let me keep going. I still need to clean this up. 40 times negative 6, and then take 81 and subtract that, or add whatever comes next. We are just about done. What we have is x1, 2 will be 9 plus and minus square root of 81 plus 240 divided by 20. The last thing to do is add what's under radical, and let me do that. So that's x1 and 2 is going to be 9 plus and minus square root of, once I add these two, it's going to be 321, and all of that divided by 20. And I'm done. I just need to make sure now that I realize I have two answers. One is going to be with addition. One is going to be with subtraction. I'm going to write them here on the side. Okay, so let's see. x1, I'm choosing to be with addition. N plus square root of 321 divided by 20. And the next solution is going to be x2. I'm going to call it x2. It'll be 9 take away square root of 321 and all divided by 20. Hold on, I need to hear all divided by 20. That was a mistake. Okay. All I have to do is now calculator, plug it in, and figure out how much the value is. So our quadratic equation has, because quadra means 2, has 2 answers, and here's one, here's the other one. We are done.